For such a young actor, Kristen Stewart has already had such phenomenal success, clocking up a wide array of film roles in such a short space of time. Of course, she is most certainly best known for Bella in the Twilight series, but it might be interesting to discover that she never actually set out to become an actor.
Strangely, it wasn't ever something that I sought after or made a conscious decision. This is what I want to do. I want to be an actress. I was forced to be in a play because everyone had to participate in the 4th grade, and there was an agent in the audience, and he just asked if we wanted representation.
Following a number of small roles, Kristen played Jodie Foster's daughter in Panic Room. Her impressive performance earned her critical acclaim and led to more work in films like Cold Creek Manor, Zathura and The Messengers.
I've seen Kristen in a bunch of movies. I've always thought she's amazing. Ever since I saw her in Panic Room, I thought she's just a fascinating young actress. And she's one of those actors who can't be false. She's just incapable of being false on screen. And there's just something about her. She has a quality, a mysterious quality, a very interesting quality, and she emanates a tremendous amount of intelligence. So she's just fascinating to watch.
Kristen was making a name for herself in indie circles when Sean Penn contacted her about his film, Into the Wild.
Sean contacted me. I got a call on my cell phone from him. And he was like, I have this script and I really love it, and I've kind of gotten it to a point where I can't go any further, and now I want to hear it. And the first thing that I did was I went in, there was a table read, and a lot of different actors came, and I read a couple different parts just because I was a voice. And then I went in and I played guitar for him because there was one, I really loved one of the roles especially. And I went and I played guitar for him. I played Blackbird, and then he called me and asked me. He's such a cool guy, He called me and said, hey, you want to do this thing with me? And I was like, yeah, I do.
Her mesmerising performance won her critical acclaim and caught the eye of Twilight director Catherine Hardwicke, who thought she'd be perfect for the role of Bella Swan.
I saw Into the Wild, and I thought that Kristen Stewart was amazingly vulnerable and open and just, so touching, and she had a palpable longing in that movie too. So I thought, I've got to meet Kristen. I met all kinds of other girls from all over the world, but Kristen really had something unique that she seemed so accessible as Bella.
Given the popularity of the Twilight books, Stewart knew how important it was to keep the fans happy.
The expectation is sort of not even, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, so there's that big movie, is it any good? Some people don't know anything about it. Who knows? It's something that a lot of people worked, so, and I'm talking about the cast, we were obsessed with this project. And it was really one common focus for us all. And it's weird to consider now that something so personal is gonna be judged on such a wide scale. It is what it is. I kind of can't think about it. Just is there, and it's also very intangible. It's oh, so I get to read on IMDb tonight what people, but that's all. That's the only difference that it's going to make is there's going to be more posts on IMDb.
From their initial audition, the chemistry between Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart was electric, and the pair wound up romantically linked both on and off screen.
It was weird. It kind of everything about my. The pairing with Kristen kind of worked out for the story. I went in to the audition having absolutely no idea what to do, and because of the way she was playing, it kind of shocked me into doing a performance which I didn't realize I could do or had any idea what I was doing. But I guess she brings a kind of a toughness and also a kind of mystery to Bella, which is not really there in the book. She's kind of in a lot of ways a damsel in distress in the book, and Kristen's there's a kind of fierceness behind her, which I really didn't expect the actress who played Bella would have.
Twilight was a massive success, and Kristen was thrust into the spotlight. At times, she found all the attention from her new fan base quite overwhelming.
Comic-Con was the first crazy story worth telling. Nothing in particular. It was just thousands. It was just a sea of people screaming every time Rob put his hand in his hair. And No, it's crazy. I mean, you know, we also met a lot of fans in Rome and Madrid, and that was crazy. They were really very passionate and really nice. And it's weird because they're all my, I mean, not everybody, but typically, like generally, they're my age. I'm looking at people that are like me. And to be like this figurehead for them is so bizarre. I mean, I could be anybody. Bella could be anybody. That's why she's so cool.
The shy actress hasn't always handled being in the public eye very well, probably because she can't really see what all the fuss is about.
It's really strange. I mean, I've done most of the movies that I'm used to doing are independent, and we have our audience, but it's not a big one. And I'm happy that maybe some of those movies will like get seen now. It's sort of, it's very fleeting also. I mean, just because a magazine says that you're the next, I mean, they've printed that about a lot of people. And I'm just gonna continue doing what I've always done, which is movies that I have to do. And, you know, it's all gonna go soaring away very shortly, so.
Taking a break from vampires, Kristen returned to her indie roots in The Yellow Handkerchief, which gave her the chance to work on her ability to use an accent.
It's a really terrifying thing, yeah, because it's not, you can do a general, you know, you can do like an impression of somebody with an accent, but if you're gonna have any sort of authenticity, there's like 15 accents within Louisiana or something. It's so yeah, it was fun though. I love technical aspects of the job sometimes though, because then they inform, like, he told me to say a lot of the stuff much softer than I was saying, and I guess my accent is just like, you know, it's hard. And so like it opened my, it made me feel like more of a girl, like it made me feel like more of like a southern, like I, you know, it was really cool to be able to change, yeah, exactly, like it changes you.
Stewart continued to pick her roles carefully and deliver strong performances. On the set of Adventureland, she impressed the cast and crew with her professional approach and the range of her abilities.
Kristen is just like the most incredible actress I've ever met. She's so wonderful. I don't think she said one scripted line in the movie. She's so like realistic and natural, and she's also like very young. She's 17 now, and I was like shocked to see somebody like that age come across so maturely and like lived in, when I'm sure she hasn't experienced some of the stuff. She's playing a character that's supposed to be like my age, like be like a year younger than me or something, and it's been like overwhelming. I think she's so wonderful.
Reprising her role as Bella Swan in Twilight, New Moon, Kristen found it easy to step back into the character.
I can't really tell a huge difference between myself and Bella anymore, as odd as that sounds. I'm used to playing like really distinct characters that are so far away from my normal reality. And in this case, like, the only thing that I was really worried about was just making sure that it was absolutely honest and open and vulnerable and very present.
Careful to avoid being typecast as the vulnerable young girl, Kristen cut her hair off, dyed it black, and completely transformed into Joan Jett for The Runaways.
We literally feel like we've been in a band. I mean, we're definitely not as good as The Runaways. We definitely couldn't put on a show like them, but I mean, we could sort of stumble through it, but it was fun. We recorded 5 songs, and I mean, they were really like some of my favorite ones. It was really, really tough, like letting go, like realizing we can't do everything. Yeah, but it's fun. I mean, we play to our music, so it makes the performances a lot easier. I don't know. We don't feel like such frauds, you know. It's actually us. It's us playing, essentially.
I think she's become her. You know, her essence is so crazy with her body language and her. It's really the amazing transformation.
She didn't really ask me any huge themes. It was more like small details, like, would you say this? How would you do this? Could you show me which chord, where did you start? You know, I mean, like little details. When we first met, I talked and talked and talked to her for hours about The Runaways, what it meant to me, how important it was, why I was doing it. Probably some stories I'd never tell anybody else. You know, anything I could remember that I felt was important. I gave her tapes of me talking as a 14-year-old so she could hear just the way I was and hear my essence. And I wanted her to know Joan and not Joan Jett, because it's so, you know, you get used to the hair and the makeup and the leather jacket, and that's what you think of, as opposed to there's a person behind that, and who is that person that I'm going to be playing? So I think we really got to that, you know?
Having previously worked together on Twilight New Moon, Stewart was already mates with co-star Dakota Fanning, and their relationship only added to the authenticity of their performances.
Well, working with Kristen has been amazing. She's become a really amazing friend, and we've become got to know each other really, really well. And I couldn't have asked to make this movie with a better person. We really had a really fun time, and she's an incredible actor. And the relationship between our characters is kind of like what we have in real life. I feel like Joan and Sheree were very, very close, and kind of always were together. And of course, they had their struggles and their ups and downs, but they were really like the best friends, you know. And me and Kristen have really gotten that close in real life too.
For such a young actress, Kristen Stewart has had a pretty amazing career. She's consistently impressed us with her realistic and heartfelt performances, and there's no denying that she is one of Hollywood's hottest young stars. Stay tuned to Star Picks for all the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcast in glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound, we're available. For more of the best in entertainment news, check out your Movie Network channels. It's altogether better, on screen and at mnc.tv.